we'll see what they do. Maybe a good spot as well for Christian Barmore, defensive tackle out of Alabama. I could definitely see with his inside presence, definitely somebody that would be right up Baltimore's alley. They love pass rushers. So even a Gregory Rosario right here could be interesting. Still on the board. Dropped previously, thought a top 10 selection. Didn't play last year. Fell out of favor. It'll be interesting. Another name to throw in there would be Landon Dickerson, center out of Alabama. Definitely some interesting names still on the board. A lot of talent left in this draft class. Still awaiting the pick. The pick is in, just waiting the announcement. I'm going to throw in another name for an extreme wild card. I know that they already are loaded at the running back spot. They've already spent a first round draft pick on a running back. But Trey Sermon, I think, will go much higher than expected. I don't know if Baltimore drafts him, but I think Trey Sermon is a name that to throw out there as somebody who could get picked up at the bottom end of the first round. Not sure which team would draft him, but whatever team he does go to would be interesting. Another name to throw out there is Paulson Adibo, cornerback out of Stanford. Very talented player. Somebody in the last 4 or 5 picks of the first round. It's a long shot. It's a very long shot. But if Paulson Adibo doesn't sit out the 2020 season due to COVID, we could be talking about a different story. More than 22 pass defenses throughout his time and Stanford. Very, very talented. the selections coming up for Baltimore. Let's see what they're about to announce. Rashad Bateman going to Baltimore. Wide receiver, Minnesota. We've brought his name up several times already. Definitely a good player. Possession receiver with it. He's a 4-4 wide receiver with, a solid speed for a wide receiver. This is the area where he was projected to go, and he's going to Baltimore, going to play with Lamar Jackson and company. This is going to help Hollywood Brown as well. Another very talented receiver on the other side. It's, another playmaker on the field. It's going to change the way defensives cover. Rashad Bateman's got, he is a young player, but he's good enough to keep a defense honest. This is going to help a lot in Baltimore. Baltimore, over the last few years, is loaded with weapons. And Baltimore still has one more pick. We are on the New Orleans, the Saints pick. There is 4 minutes and 13 seconds left to go on the pick. Each team gets 10 minutes to pick. It looks like the pick is in. They are sending the pick to the podium, and we are awaiting the announcement for the pick for the New Orleans Saints. I think New Orleans is going to add a weapon. Elijah Moore to the New Orleans Saints would be very interesting. I think you can get defensive linemen later on in this draft on the interior. I think you're going to see some very good defensive linemen go in the third round this year. Looks a lot of interior D linemen dropped in this draft. The fact that Christian Barmore is still on the board definitely says a lot, really. I don't think there's been, let me go back and look. I see all skill interior offensive linemen, pass rushers on the defensive line, but I don't see any interior defensive linemen at all. And there has been no interior defensive lineman selected currently in the first round. And we are on the 28th pick of the 2021 NFL draft. Currently, no defensive tackles or interior defensive linemen. Yeah, Sammy Watkins going to Baltimore. I mean, so they've added a veteran. They've got a couple of young wide receivers now in Hollywood Brown and the rookie that they just obtained from the University of Minnesota, Rashad Bateman. Very interesting. Very interesting. Their depth at wide receiver is looking much, much better. We are still awaiting the announcement for the New Orleans Saints pick. I think it's going to be a weapon, though. I mean, you think of the Saints, you think of weapons. Elijah Moore fits the bill. But, they're a team where they're very good at picking the best player available. And the best player has been available for the last 10 picks is Jeremiah Owasu Karamora, but we shall see. I said that Baltimore wouldn't pass him up. Baltimore still has another pick left in the first round. We shall see. So we have New Orleans at 28, and their pick is in. You have Green Bay at 29. Very surprised that Green Bay stayed at the 29th spot. You have Buffalo at the 30th spot. At the 31st spot, you have the Ravens in their trade with the Kansas City Chiefs for Orlando Brown. And then the Super Bowl champion, Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 32, which is going to be another very interesting pick to see with the personnel that's currently on the board. This will be very interesting. Another name that could come up here is Tutu Atwell, undersized receiver, but fast, extremely fast. Elijah Moore, undersized slot receiver, but he is unbelievable elusiveness. And then you have Terrence Marshall, an outside receiver who's tall at 6'3", 205 pounds. I think he's more of a second round pick, but you never know. Somebody might take a shot at the bottom of the first round here. All right, selection is about to be announced. All right, so they go Payton Turner, defensive end out of Houston. Okay. So, a little bit of an unknown. Not highly ranked as far as, everybody was concerned. Not widely known, but you can't knock the Saints. They have been good for a very long time, largely due to Drew, having Drew Brees as a quarterback. That definitely helps for 20 years. Well, no, what? From 2006 to 2020. So that's like 14 years. And the Packers are up next. They wasted no time. The pick is in for the Packers. They are sending the pick to the podium, wasting no time at all. Let's see what the Packers did. Payton Turner. Okay, so he's 6'5", 289 pounds. Fits a 4-3. So he can play left end at a 4-3, or he can play, in a 3-4. Looks like a heads up player with excellent quickness. He doesn't look like he's gonna he doesn't look like he has dynamic athletic ability, but he looks like he's a consistent playmaker. who makes a lot of very heads-up plays. And that pick was for the New Orleans Saints, a bit of a surprise pick. Not even really on anybody's board, but New Orleans, the Saints, not being far away from Houston, doing a little bit of local scouting. We are still waiting for the pick for the Green Bay Packers. The pick has been in for quite some time. And the Green Bay Packers select Eric Stokes, cornerback out of Georgia. At his pro day, ran a 4.25, extremely fast. So they have got unbelievable speed and athleticism in their defensive backfield. Very youthful, very fast in their defensive backfield. Unbelievable speed with Eric Stokes. Very good pick. Buffalo is now on the board with 4 minutes and 44 seconds. All right. So we are on pick number 30, the Buffalo Bills. And we will come back to go over the last picks of the first round. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I'll see you in the next episode. Have a great day.